The tail of the tape, Muay Thai 55 kilograms, Super Bang Ponchimpi taking on Z TWA from Myanmar. So Myanmar versus Thailand in this matchup. 3 rounds of action underway. And of course, we are live from Lumpini Stadium where all the best combat sports action happens in Asia. The home of combat sports in the East. Here we are for round 1. Touch of gloves to get things underway here. Cheeky little teep to the leg from Super Bang. Goes to the old 1-2 upstairs with the kick.
A chopping low kick there from our athlete from Myanmar. Explosive start, which we tend to see from our athletes from Myanmar, similar to Elif Sordechapan on One Championship. His explosive style, his power, I think it could be mirrored here by Z TWA.
The Myanmar fighters, they tend to come in pretty tough and ready to go. Always huge heart, big heavy hands. Maybe not so adept in the technicality of the sport, but definitely come in with a huge heart and ready to bang. And a big rear teep there from Z TWA to set things off. Big dramatic teep sending Super Bang across the ring there.
Super Bang looking very composed, not letting those teeps phase him though. He's edging forward, not rushing anything, which is something we tend to see from the Thai athletes as he explodes in with a big 1-2 and a kick again. Super Bang sending those punches flying, but doesn't quite manage to land on target.
Yeah, some pretty big wild shots there from our Thai athlete Super Bang. So not reminiscent of the Super Bang T-Dead Gao Gao at all. The very technical customer, the Super Bang guy I know, who built his career on sweeps. So it'll be interesting to see if we can channel some of that inner spirit of Super Bang and sweep his way to victory here. But at the moment he's relying on the heavy punches, the big swinging kicks there.
Super Bang has got a mean left hook on him, that's for sure. Z TWA needs to be wary of that big right cross and that big left hook. It is landing almost every time, and I think it has the power for a KO shot as well. Myanmar liking to favour that low kick, a catch and a return, but doesn't manage to land on his feet as Super Bang takes him to the floor with a sweep, like you said, Joe.
Ooh, sets up the left kick with a nice right hand, steps it through, breaking the distance there from Super Bang. And I think there's a little cut on the cheek of Z TWA, but it's not phasing him. As I said, the Myanmar fighters come in with huge heart, very tough and resilient people in the world of combat sports.
I think you're right, Joe. I think he is cut, but I do think that is a cut that has been reopened because that was there before the fight started, but it just seems to have been maybe reopened by Super Bang's big hand.
A lot of big, heavy punches there from Super Bang, rocking the head of Z TWA. That is the end of round number 1. So we'll go and have a look at the replays. What did you take away from that round, Eleanor?
I think this could be a battle of who has got the biggest hands and the best head movement. Both fighters are swinging at this point. Not much in terms of technicality, but heart is all there. Super Bang's big step in with the front leg and then following up with 2 big punches every time. Trying to land that body kick straight after, but not quite. That was a brilliant knockdown there. Well, not quite a knockdown, but he does take him down.
One of the concerning things about Super Bang is when he throws those big straight punches, he lifts his chin up. It's one of those small nuances that can change the game. If Z TWA can time a perfect counter and get it on the chin, it could be lights out for Super Bang. So he's got to keep that chin down. Make sure you keep that chin down when you're punching, folks. You don't want to lean up. Yeah. Otherwise, you can end up with a very, very sore cranium. So here we are for round number 2. Scheduled for 3 2 to go.
Mayar coming out swinging here in round 2, straight into the clinch. The first clinch exchange between our fighters, but Superbank just locks him up and waits for the referee to break that one.
Ooh, chopping elbow over the top from Superbank as he locks on Z TWA, showcasing that he's not as adept in the clinches as the Superbank at all.
No, he is sending some big knees there to the side, but not quite managing to get that hand positioning. But he launches in again and manages to find himself in the clinch, but swept to the floor by Superbank. Just looking a little bit stronger in that clinch position there.
And that's the Superbank I'm talking about, building careers off sweeps.
Maybe you're right, Joe. Maybe Superbank is named after the one that you know. Another sweep takedown there in that clinch position. Mayar needs to maybe refrain from getting into that distance and that clinch and just keeping him boxing range. But he dives in again, tries to lock up his opponent, but the referee is just breaking it up there. He does a good job, but not quite a definitive enough lock, in my opinion.
So here we are back in center ring to continue the action here at Lumpini Stadium. Beautiful left kick scoring there from Superbank. Explodes in with the 1-2, but eats some heavy shots.
Beautiful technique there from Superbank as Z TWA comes in with those big hands, just nuzzles his head under the chin and locks him up in the clinch to avoid any damage.
Goes downstairs, goes upstairs there from Superbank, switching stances to try and trick Z TWA, the more technical of the two, I would say.
Beautiful lock and attempted sweep there from Superbank, looking very strong in that clinch position against our athlete from Myanmar, who just seems to want to launch in with big heavy hands but doesn't quite have much thought after that.
I think I will say that I was severely underestimating Superbank here. I thought he was just a brawler, but he is showcasing that he's got great ring IQ here. The sweeps, the lateral movement, sitting back, exploding into some of those knees that he throws, sending the right hand through, gauging the distance. Beautiful knee on the outside of that counter there, catches the leg, takes him to the ground.
What a right hand from Superbank there. There is some power behind those hands as he launches in again and locks up Z TWA in the clinch. That was a beautiful right hand there just a moment ago, and it rocked. It absolutely rocked Z TWA, but he has got a chin on him, that's for sure.
Oh, and it eats a knee on the way down.
Just under 10 seconds, and there we have it, the end of round 2. What a round between these two athletes. What a brilliant matchup, both explosive and powerful with their hands. But I think Superbank, might have just taken that one for me. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I would agree with that. The back foot placement, the footwork of Superbank there, really showcasing his experience and also his knowledge of ring control. Some of those sweeps, the turns from the clinch, beautiful work, just throwing Z TWA off balance, making him looking very silly indeed.
Yeah, Z TWA just needs to avoid that clinch now if he wants to have any hope of winning this fight, and just keep going in with those heavy hands that we saw. Superbank is, in my opinion, schooling him in the clinch. The positioning and the way he's able to distribute that weight and take him down every single time. It does not look good for Z TWA, but let's see. Let's go into round 3 now as our athletes touch gloves and enter the final round of our opening fight this morning here at Fairtex Fight. Straight in with the heavy hands and a following up rear kick from Superbank. Just going all out, guns blazing, straight into a big knee over the top. Beautiful work from Superbank.
And a missed heat there from Z TWA. Oh, takes him to the ground again from Superbank.
Really displaying all methods of technique this round.
Z TWA locking on in desperation here, trying to muscle Superbank to get the points up, but not quite having the success that he needs here.
Yeah,
Sometimes heart isn't enough. It's about using your brain as well, which Superbank showcasing beautifully here at Lumpini Arena Stadium, would you rather.
Superbang just looking so composed, so relaxed, just really playing with Z TWA at this moment in time, and again looking super dominant in the clinch. That left knee just landing on top beautifully every single time.
Sends a right hand to the body, beautifully timed teep there from Z TWA. Throws the right hand over the top and locks on.
Z TWA's feet in the clinch are just not quite where they need to be. They're too close together, which is making it so easy for Superbang just to use his strength. Oh, big rear T to the face from Superbang there.
Those beautiful turns really showcasing the off-balancing of Z TWA, which looks great in the judges' eyes. You know, some of the big criteria in scoring is ring control and technical execution, and showing that you can throw your opponent off balance looks really good in the judges' eyes in Muay Thai. It's not just about throwing strikes, it's also about showing ringmanship here in the squared circle.
Especially in such a close matchup like this. These fighters are so similar in their styles, but Superbang is just edging it because of his technical ability and not just his pure power and just landing the big shots. He is showing technical ability as well. Beautiful left kick there from Superbang as Z TWA tries to launch forward.
Oh, beautiful placement on the hand to set up that kick. Just blinding Z TWA and enters in with that elbow, that vicious elbow. Now sending Z TWA to the ground, flopping around all over the place like a walrus at this point.
The last 10 seconds of our third round of this opening bout, and what a fight this has been. Beautiful lead uppercut from Superbang as he locks him in the clinch and takes him down to end the fight. What a fight this morning. That was spectacular. I think we may have underestimated Superbang in round one, but he came back swinging quite literally. But for me, it was those body kicks at the end of the combinations as he settled into the fight that really took him levels above, along with those turns in the clinch that we will see on the replays in just a moment. Absolutely beautiful work from Superbang, in my opinion.
Often it's one of those cases, Eleanor, where it takes a fighter a round to warm up, but often I've said in the case of 3-round Muay Thai you can't take that chance, so we'll throw it over to Mark Abbott.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the completion of all 3 rounds we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout 30-27. Sam Zabisibjed, Sam Zabisibjed, let Sam Zabisibjed for the winner. In the red corner, Superbang!